FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
The dodo bird, the quintessential extinct species. What I found out about it is that no complete skeleton has ever been found, and the last full set of bones was deliberately destroyed in a fire in 1755. So even though we use dead as a dodo, we know this bird, we know it is the quintessential icon of extinction, we actually don't know much about it. We don't know really how it lived, what it sounded like, what it really ate. We don't even know what it technically looked like. So what is missing? Our knowledge of it. Then again, I started finding very, very powerful quotes from the past. So this one I love. John James Audubon rode the 55 miles from Henderson, Kentucky to Louisville one day in autumn 1813, and through the whole long day he rode under a sky darkened from horizon to horizon by a cloud of passenger pigeons. He estimated that more than 1 billion birds had passed over him. In 1866, a cloud of birds passed into southern Ontario. It was a mile wide, 300 miles long, and took 14 hours to pass a single point. So I began to realize with a sense of wonder, I had no idea. And again, this I want to try to reveal in this project. And of course, the last passenger pigeon, Martha, died in a zoo on September 1st, 1914. And then the ivory bill, which in 2004, there was a possible sighting. What really struck me was the world took note. Everybody hopes it's not extinct. We don't mean to be doing what we're doing. I think we're doing a lot of what we're doing because we're just not thinking about it. A lot of species loss is directly related to habitat loss and degradation, and I think we're just letting it happen, sort of like suburban sprawl. It just kind of happens. But with that in mind, maybe we can do something to stop that. And then what I found really compelling was within 2 weeks after I was announced as having been selected for this commission, an animal that I had been watching for a while was declared functionally extinct in the New York Times in December. So I thought this one became a bit of a symbol for me. The things that will disappear in our lifetime as we watch. So what I discovered was it's not so much the animals, but it's the homes they need to survive that are disappearing. So again, we start with species. I shift you to the habitats. And then this is an IUCN assessment. 1 in 8 birds, 1 in 4 mammals, 1 in 3 amphibians, and 1 in 4 conifers so far assessed are believed to be at risk of extinction, with human alteration of their habitat the single biggest cause. All the great apes are at high risk of extinction either in the immediate future or at best within 50 years. Of the 36 large cats in the wild, all of them are in declining population. 6 of the 7 species of marine turtles are listed as endangered or critically endangered. The fish in the ocean, 75% fish collapse stocks, some at 90%. We need to make the crucial link between saving endangered species and preserving the habitats necessary for their survival. And then I just started realizing it's the biomes we're losing, from the coral reefs to the mangroves to the glaciers and icebergs to the tallgrass prairie, which is one of my favorite, because I think a lot of people are focusing on the forests and they're forgetting about the grasslands. So the fact that tallgrass prairies once covered 170 million acres of North America, and we're down to less than 4%. And with it, all the animals that needed it for its survival. And then, of course, the boreal forests, the tropical rainforest. So missing, this is all how I taught myself up. It took me about 1.5 years to put together a fairly thick book of subjects to cover. And I discovered something of tropical deforestation. In the blink of an eye, we lose a tropical rainforest the size of a soccer field. Every year, we lose tropical rainforests the size of the United Kingdom. And with it, of course, all the animals that are in it that we don't even know. What I discovered is 20% of all carbon emissions is caused by deforestation. And that is equivalent to all the cars, trucks, planes, and ships combined. So came up with a little phrase. IUCN loves this one. We can save 2 birds with 1 tree. If we combine our concerns about global warming emissions with the prevention and protection of habitat. And especially as we move forward with talks of biodiesel and biofuel, we just have to keep a very, very close eye. Because if we're not careful, if we use too many biofuels that take up sugarcane, the Cerrado is lost. But if we combine our concerns about global warming with habitat protection, it is a complete win-win situation. So we can save 2 birds with 1 tree.